Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The remembrance of death is actually very scary. It is not just you say when you remember that you used to be poor, now you're not. The remembrance of death, it is a very fearful, very heavy when you are remembering it sincerely. It's not just, oh, I stopped breathing, or I'm not here anymore, or one day I'm going to be gone, what's going to happen? No. The believer knows that if Azrael comes to us right now, we're in big trouble. That fire is real. In the Mi'raj, the Prophet ﷺ spoke about the reality of the hellfire. He spoke about the reality of the angels of hell and the punishment that is waiting for us of this ummah. Waiting for this ummah that is real. Read a little bit maybe. Because these days everyone is talking about love, but you know it's not working. Maybe you should talk about fear. Because the fear of Allah, it is real. The fear of Jahannam, it is real. Maybe when we speak about fear a little bit more, this is something the West hates. Oh, fear is the worst thing. No, fear is the best thing. Fear is going to stop you from doing the wrong things. You smoke. You don't fear cancer or heart attack, then smoke. Then why government is putting all those warning signs everywhere? Some governments, they even put on the box, smoking kills. Why are they putting fear there? Every law is not promising you love. Every law is promising you fear, isn't it? If you break this law, you're going to get this punishment. Isn't that instilling fear in you? It never says, if you obey this law, we're going to love you, we're going to give you this, and we're going to give you that. Never. In fact, they say, if you obey, good, so what? That gives you the right to be living here in this world, in this country. No one is coming out from the traffic, traffic lights. When you stop at the traffic lights, obeying the law, nobody is coming out from the traffic lights giving you a bunch of flowers to say congratulations, you obey the law. MashaAllah, I kiss you, I hug you, and they go. No. You obey the law that gives you the right to live as a human. You break the law, we will punish you. Isn't that fear? And the Mi'raj is filled with warning. Yes, there is tremendous hope, but there is also tremendous warning. The Prophet ﷺ, he is a bringer of glad tidings, and he was also a warner. Never forget that. In these days, when we turn this whole world into a hell, it is not glad tidings that we need, it is warning that we need. And this is something that nobody is doing anymore. They're not warning individuals or groups or regimes or governments. You have ghaflat. We all have ghaflat. Be with the Ahli Zikr. Because those are the ones who remember. If you are remembering often, you are not going to forget. The ghaflat, it is the opposite of zikr. If you're around people who remember a lot, you will stop being in ghaflat too. They are moving like this, you're moving like this, and you're seeing them, okay, let me try moving like this. They're saying today is Wednesday, you say Tuesday, but let me see, these are nice people. These are good people. They say today is Wednesday. So what if I say today? What am I going to lose? So you say today is Wednesday. But if you start saying why I should be, in reality, today is Thursday. Why are they saying today is Wednesday? They are wrong. They say today is Wednesday. I say, no, today is Thursday. At that time, like the story chef, and he always says, you're going to get the double hunch, the double hump. It's happening to so many people. You see, instead of them getting rid of their bad characteristics, they get worse. Where that moment of ghaflat hits you, you have to look at that. Where that moment of ghaflat hits you. It's not just ghaflat. Where you're driving. Suddenly something happens, a deer comes and boom, you have an accident. You kill the deer. We must speak from experience. Wes is teaching us it's just an accident. It can happen to anyone. Correct? We're in Tariqat. Nothing is ever just an accident. Before that happened, now we must think. We cannot just say, I don't know, it just suddenly it comes. No. Now go back, rewind. This is what's going to happen on Judgment Day. Rewind to that time. So many of us say, I don't know, I was forced to do it. I don't know what happened to me. He'd made me to do it, this one, but never looking at how the steering wheel was in our hands, not in anyone else's hand. Now, that moment where you slip and you hit. Now rewind to that moment. What were you doing? Were you listening to something and not watching the road? What were you doing? That road is open. I remember what he said. You can see almost 1 mile. Why are you not seeing it coming? Where was your heart? Where was your mind before that happened? And it also didn't happen just like that. Because so many of us, when we are confronted with something, it doesn't. Time seems to slow down for us to react. And I still remember. Maybe you should not have speeded up. Maybe you should have slowed down. That one was speeding, trying to overtake it. It's going this way. It's coming. My thinking was to slow down and to let it pass. So there was still time to react. When you start to rewind and you start seeing it, this is called tafakkur. Then you say, this is how it happened. It wasn't sudden. Rewind. That moment. I could have just said this. I could have just done this. I could have just slowed down. You'll find an answer then that time. Then that time, next time you pass by that road, that spot, that exit that you had that accident, definitely you're going to remember. It's impossible that you don't remember. And definitely you're going to remember, and some part of you is going to say, slow down and look until you die. What is making us, when we're going down that same road, to forget? What is making us to do that? When we are not blaming ourselves, and when we blame others, we say, no, it's because of the deer. It's because of the other traffic. It's not because of us. Then definitely you're going to make the same accident over and over and over again. But when you say, no, I should have done this, then that time, when you see it coming, you say, what can I do? Because you're the one with the car, no? Then you're going to say, now I must change the way that I'm driving so that I don't have the same kind of accident. Okay, you're doing good sometimes. 1 time, 2 times, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, and you meet another accident. Because that time you just, whatever happens, something zonk in your mind and you just make the same accident. You say, how can I make the same accident? Good. That time sit down and think, give shukr that you didn't kill anyone. So you gave the control to your ego 1 time, to shaitan. Stop that now. Stop. Try to go back, think, then continue. Don't stop. Continue. Inshallah, that way it will be easier for us to live this life. Be with Ahli Zikr. It's impossible. It is very important. Assalamu alaikum.